Hey guys, how's it going? So this week we got another vlog slash reaction. We're going to be taking a look at the Thor Love and Thunder teaser in a minute here from when I initially watched it like yesterday or whatever. And then before that though, we have the Hot Toys Smart Hulk, which is finally in from Sideshow, which I'm really excited to talk about. And then a little update to my Robert Pattinson Batman custom. So I think that'll be pretty cool for you to see. And also some quick thoughts on the Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. But yeah, gotta get this done and edited and out the door because I want to get back to working on the Spider-Man integrated suit because I've been painting the back, the spider symbol, and it's going pretty well and I want to get back to that. So here we go. Okay, so I'm pretty excited for this. Just after Ahsoka finally arrived from Hot Toys, after that year-and-a-half wait, another figure was also set to arrive just after her, who I've been waiting to pick up for even longer actually since 2019, and that is Smart Hulk from Avengers Endgame by Hot Toys. To me, the definitive Hulk figure to have for the end of the Infinity Saga collection. And even though Smart Hulk released in fall of 2021, I just finished out the installments on this guy because there's no way I could just continuously front the costs of Hot Toys collectibles on a regular basis, but doing the installments really makes it possible, and you can see it's just so worth it because this is just the best Endgame Hulk collectible in existence basically, and especially at least in figure form and in 1/6 figure form, because Hot Toys are the best 1/6 scale collectibles company in the world, right? And so this is not a decision that I made lightly, right? I've said it before on this channel multiple times, and you can see it taking shape almost fully now, back there with Endgame, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Thanos, and Hawkeye, who have all appeared in previous vlogs when I got those in 2020 and 21. This is something that I've wanted to do since 2014. Ever since the Infinity Saga was announced to end with Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2, I knew that one day I was going to pick up all of the Avengers, the original 6 Avengers, and Thanos in their final Avengers 4 appearances. And that has been a plan that I have been fulfilling for the last couple of years now. And with Smart Hulk now officially in the collection, this fully articulated, hyper-real representation of Mark Ruffalo's Smart Hulk in Endgame, that is now finally almost complete. I'm hoping to have a Spider-Man to add in there, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to turn down Toby and Andrew if Hot Toys ever make them. Smart Hulk does come with the snapping Infinity Gauntlet, the Nano Gauntlet, of course, and it's really cool. It's in the fixed snapping position, and while I did say this figure is fully articulated, right, you can hear the ratchet joint click right there when I adjust one of the joints. That goes for the whole figure in all the basic, areas where you would expect articulation in the body. But I'm not going to really bend that arm 90 degrees. I did try, and you can't really bend it as high up as I would like to really get that snapping position. So even if I wanted to keep him in the snapping position temporarily just to see how it would look, it's really not worth risking any creases to me. And so essentially, kind of like Ahsoka, gonna be leaving Hulk here in the regular museum pose. And he's got a really big stand, unfortunately, this big diamond shape, which uses up a lot of negative space. And when I say negative space, I mean, you just see there's a lot of space here that's unused. Whereas if you look back here with Thanos, it's a bit more of a rectangular base that doesn't use as much space, which is definitely the way to go. You'll notice some other random Phoenix Customs figures in there. I stuck White Vision all the way in there just to avoid him getting yellowed by the sun. But yeah, I mean, this figure is incredible. The likeness to Mark Ruffalo, just absolutely stunning. And I mean, this is a lot better than the prototype that they originally showed in 2019. This final production version is 10 times better than whatever the hell that was at the time. I always loved this look and really had a good time painting what little of it I did back there in 2020. Still am looking forward to finishing that one day, especially now that I have all of this perfect reference to use. And this isn't even all of it, right? There's a bulb inside the arm socket here for the Nano Gauntlet to light up. But I've already seen Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet lit up, so I'm kind of good and won't be lighting up Smart Hulks anytime soon. What's really amazing, though, that I actually forgot about is you get 2 Nano Gauntlets with Smart Hulk, and this is basically the alternate version of the Nano Gauntlet where it's still forming around Banner's arm, and it's just so cool and looks so delicate. But what's great about this and having 2 nano gauntlets included is you get a little mini bust of the nano gauntlet regardless of which one you put on. So this is a display piece that can go right on that base, right down here, or somewhere else in the collection. And not to mention that, but he also comes with a pair of glasses, like we see in the movie, an iPad with the nano gauntlet on it, a little tablet there. And he has a few alternative hands, and this is like the standard one that I took off to put the nano gauntlet on there in its place. And so, yeah, collecting Hot Toys figures is not something that I've ever taken lightly. And there's always a plan in place for every single one of them. It's all very deliberate, and it's all been a part of a very intentional plan that I'm always keeping track of and monitoring, because these are very expensive collector's items. But the point is, the best way, in my opinion, to collect high-end figures of any kind, and especially Hot Toys, is to like seriously ask yourself, what are the non-negotiable, timeless figures that perfectly and fully represent your favorite characters of all time? And that is exactly what you see on these shelves here, right? The Avengers, the original 6, and Thanos, eventually the original 6 once Black Widow is there. And then, you know, with the Clone Wars, you can kind of, you can't see everybody, but you've seen it before. Anakin, Rex, Obi-Wan, Cody, and Grievous is back there. And then up there, you know, I had Ahsoka last week. She'll be back in about a week, I think. These are the definitive collections to me. And so it's not about just like continuing on and getting like Sam Wilson, Captain America, and Loki from the series, and, you know, figures from like Moon Knight. I don't even, you know, it's about just what are the characters that absolutely matter the most and have had the biggest impact on me personally, and having the absolute best physical representations of my favorite characters ever in figure form. And that is what Hot Toys are. And so that's always been the idea. I waited 6 or 7 years to do this and finally execute and pick these figures up. And it's really cool to finally start to see it as a reality. Now, one actual reality is that there's absolutely no space for Hulk, as you probably saw. And I'm really trying to debate exactly what I'm going to be doing with this shelf back here, because I love having my Infinity War and Snyder Cut and Rogue One and my Endgame figures down there. But if I want Hulk there and Black Widow soon, in a couple months, something's got to go. Now, I really didn't have a back half of this vlog, which is why it's kind of a day late. However, the Thor Love and Thunder trailer, the teaser trailer, did just release finally, which, I mean, it's just crazy how much has been coming out this year, whether it was Spider-Man No Way Home right at the end of 2021, now rolling in with Moon Knight, and then immediately Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness in a couple weeks. 2 months after this, Thor Love and Thunder. I mean, again, just like with Moon Knight and Doctor Strange 2, as I've said, it's just crazy that it's already been 2.5 years basically since the 2019 reveals at Comic-Con, and seeing these logos for the first time before any of this went into production, and it's like rolling in one show, one movie after another, and it's been a wild ride thus far. I feel like I'm just barely hanging on though, but regardless, I'm really excited to see Natalie Portman in the armor and just exactly what Taika Waititi has been working on with this cast and crew over the last, like, I guess, almost a year, I think, at this point. It's been a long time since first seeing the initial leaks of Chris Pratt in the new Star-Lord suit and everything. But anyway, let's see what's up.
His hands were once used for battle. Now they're but humble tools for peace. I need to figure out exactly who I am. I want to choose my own path, live in the moment.
Oh man.
My superheroing days are over. Remember what I told you? You ever feel lost? Just look into the eyes of the people that you love. Not me. What? Just listening.
Sweet. Let's go, Jane Foster. That's so exciting. I think that this is surprisingly short, a minute and a half quick teaser, but man, did we get a nice teaser of just everything ILM has clearly been at work on here. I mean, these worlds and environments are just unbelievably cool, and every time I see a new cosmic Marvel production, I am just constantly thinking, why can't we have this more often in Star Wars? I think the CG in some spots here still looks a little bit rough and patchy, and quite a few shots in here where Hemsworth and Chris Pratt are just pasted on. But that's okay. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more refined. That's nothing new with Marvel. Obviously, that's always been the case over the years for the most part, but that's, you know, it looks like a good time. And one thing that I will say that I'm actually kind of relieved with, and maybe this won't necessarily be the, God, even like the hat that Thor is wearing when he's working out with the chains looks CG. That's okay. I was never a huge Ragnarok fan. I just personally value story where possible over the incessant jokes that we got out of that film. So this is looking a little bit more laid back, a little bit more reserved on all of that, but I guess that has always planted me in the minority on that movie. Regardless, I made a lot of figures for it at the time, and I would love to make the new Thor and especially Jane Foster for a showcase coming up this year at some point. Just so many projects I'm working on already that keeping up with Marvel's release dates has just proven to be pretty much impossible this year, so that's okay.
The following day.
Now, last night I was working on painting the back of the integrated suit's torso, beginning to wrap up that figure, but I took a slight detour again because now with the Batman having arrived on HBO Max, of course, after finishing my showcase and the additional comparison video I posted on the main channel of the finished figure, I got a better hairpiece in, because I think I made it clear in the actual video and certainly in like Instagram descriptions and whatnot that the hairpiece I used was not ideal. It was okay and it certainly did the job, but Lily Brick had better options, and so I got in one of those better hairpieces, painted it in dark brown, hit it with a shade from Citadel, of course, and then securing it in place on the minifigure. You can see just how much better that actually is in matching Robert Pattinson's hairstyle in the film. And I wish I could turn back time and include this in the original videos, but I mean, something cool to still post on here and over on Instagram, I guess. Now, I took another Legolas head because this is the other hairpiece that I got in, but for basically kind of like the memorial scene Bruce Wayne hairstyle when he obviously is in public for that sequence. And I think that this hairpiece, minus the sideburns maybe being a little bit long, is actually really close to Pattinson's hairstyle when he was in public in the Batman. It's just obviously the Legolas face not really resembling Robert Pattinson doesn't really help support me here, because I know it can be kind of hard to see that when the face isn't quite spot on. But if I had painted up my own likeness, I think this hairpiece would look incredible on a proper Robert Pattinson head. But anyway, yeah, now to actually close out the vlog, one last thing I wanted to talk about is Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. I finally have been sitting down and taking the time to play it. I'm pretty much close to wrapping up Attack of the Clones now. I just finished up the Jango Fett Slave 1 space battle, which was surprisingly a little bit tedious, and I have just been loving it and thoroughly enjoying it. It's incredible playing a Lego Star Wars experience that TT Games have been working on for so many years that has just clearly, I mean, been so worth it for them. All the delays and the extra time they took in finishing this game, because actually playing a proper full-blown Lego Star Wars experience that is complete and just so comprehensive is just so amazing and so fun. I'm running around on Naboo or running around on Coruscant, and I cannot believe the level of exploration that is available. You can just freely explore so much on each planet, and it's really mind-blowing. And I obviously love the voice work from all the actors they brought on, whether it's from the Clone Wars or additional voice cast. They're all fantastic, but the lightsaber combat system is really good. Dueling against Maul was so fun. I mean, being able to throw your lightsaber and change up attacks depending on which button you actually use, that being something totally new for Lego Star Wars games. There's just so much to love in this finished and complete experience that I have only scratched the surface of. And again, just like with all Lego games, seeing characters that Lego has actually not produced in minifigure form yet, like Kaminoans or alternate versions of like Padme while I'm playing through Attack of the Clones, or, you know, all the various clone variants in Kamino, There's just so much to enjoy and love as a LEGO Star Wars fan in the Skywalker saga. I hope to talk more about it in the next vlog if I don't forget, but I just would love to show this game to my younger self and be like, hey, look at what is coming. You think this is great? You love and are getting attached to all these sound effects, all these fun little quirks of these classic games? Wait until you see what's coming, because the Skywalker saga fully delivers, and I'm really looking forward to playing through the rest of it. It's so fun, so creative, and the jokes are fantastic. One thing I'm hoping to see, if TT Games and Lucasfilm can somehow justify it, is obviously DLCs, Mandalorian DLCs, the Clone Wars DLCs. I'm running around on the planets available, and I just am thinking, oh my god, how amazing Mandalore would look, and how great the Siege of Mandalore would be if like they did that as their one Clone Wars DLC. But obviously that's probably pretty hard to achieve. It took them years and years and years just to do the main 9 films and all of these planets, so it's understandable. But I mean, even if this is just what they stick with, that's okay, because I am loving it, and it's just an incredible game. So I didn't forget to talk about it this week, because I almost certainly did, but that's actually going to do it for this vlog. Sorry if I was a little bit kind of, not really negative, but just I guess not really wowed by the Thor trailer like everybody else was. I think it looks good. I think it looks like it's going to be a fun time. It's just, even though I'm a huge proponent of CG, it starts to get painful after a while with everything going on in the world and all the productions that these VFX artists have to keep up with. Constantly seeing them have to ship, you know, unfinished work to the studios and put that in front of millions of people, because there are so many CG shots now that are just so very clearly unfinished, and it's just only getting worse is kind of my point. And now we kind of went from like, you know, 50% of CG shots kind of looking really rough to now I feel like it's kind of getting closer to 70 to 80 as demand is really kind of clenched down more on VFX artists. And that's just really what stood out to me in the Thor trailer the most, unfortunately. But that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a good vlog, I think, and vlog/reaction, and I'll catch you next time. All right, take care, stay safe out there as always, and keep creating. And hopefully Ahsoka will be back there for the next vlog. All right, bye guys.